you know, you were heavily affiliated. Well, I don't know if heavily affiliated was the right word, but you were heavily motivated by Sean Price. Can you tell us a little bit about the advice he gave you on your relationship with him?
I mean, me and Sean Price was cool, but we ain't fuck with each other super tight. It's just that a couple of times, you know, we used to do a lot of business together, like dudes that I used to know from across seas. They used to they was asking me, yo, can you get in contact with Sean Price? I'd be like, yeah, I could. What you need? And they used to be wanting verses and shit. And sometimes I would, I'll call son and be like, yo, I got a dude from across seas. He want a verse. I'm gonna come through BK later on. So when I was uptown, I'd be like, yo, I'm gonna come through BK later on and bring you the bread. And I would just go to Brooklyn, go to the studio, get up with son, give him the money, get the verse from son. And, I would see son like that here and there. We'd be chopping it up, but I always be in a rush. He'd be busy. So it'd just be business. But one time I was in the studio. I was in, I think it was Quad. I don't know what studio it was. It was either Quad or no, it was this joint that's on 30th Street.
Oh,
Famous
hold on.
studio.
We gotta have a St.Laz sidebar. You recorded in Quad Studios?
Yeah, we did that the joint with Future on it. We did that at Quad.
Is it? I mean, I don't want to be all mystical and shit, but is there any type of energy in there that's different?
It's just a studio, man. But you know, their equipment and their shit is just dope. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a professional spot. We went in there with our own engineer. Like you could rent the room out and just bring your own engineer. And we went in there with our own engineer and shit. And we just recorded the joint in there, like mixed the shit down. You know what I mean? But every time you go in Quad, you're gonna always think about Pac getting shot in that lobby. Every time
Word.
you get in that elevator, you're gonna think about Pac being in that elevator. You understand what I'm saying? Every time and Big coming downstairs, you're gonna always think about that. So it's legendary. I've been in Quad a few times. It's highly secure. Like they don't really play that shit. Like you can't go to every floor. Like you gotta have a key and a code to go to certain floors and shit. You feel me? I like privacy, man. I mean, when I don't play, see, I don't really like messing with outside studios because studios are death traps, my nigga. Like when you go to a studio, you gotta be low as fuck. You can't be, letting everybody know you're going to the lab because it's one way in and one way out of those buildings. You understand what I'm saying? And a motherfucker could run right up in your studio session and kill you or rob you or do whatever. So with them shits, you gotta be secure. So when I go to Quad and shit like that, I don't play none of those games. The doors is locked. We in the studio, the doors locked. No, I don't do no excess people, no UFOs in my studio session. I don't like that. I'm one of those rappers. I don't like UFOs in my studio session. But one time I was in the studio and I seen the nigga on Price. He was like, yo, son, what up? So I'm like, yo, what up, son? And the nigga was like, yo, I want to tell you some shit, my nigga, that you might not even believe, but it's the truth. And I was like, what? And he was like, yo, I be up at G Unit Records because it was a point in time where they was about to sign Sean Price. You feel what I'm saying? Or contemplating. So he was like, yo, I be around that nigga Sean Money Excel. And I'm telling you, son, he is always bringing you up. He's always mentioning your music and your grind. So I'm like, what? He like, yo, I'm telling you, we be in the office. He be like, yo, you see that kid St.Laz? See how he be doing? Like, he was like, this, you need to holler at that nigga, son, because he's always talking about you. I was like, yo, that's bugged out. He said, son, I ain't got no reason to lie to you, my nigga. That nigga be talking. I was like, oh, that's some crazy shit. So we was chopping it up. So we start talking about features. So I'm like, yo, I be doing mad features. So I'm like, I was bragging to him. I was like, yo, I did 50 features in the last 2 months. So son was sitting down. He looked up at me. He was like, I hope you getting paid for them shits, my nigga. So I'm like, nah, I just be showing niggas love. He was like, bro. He said, your name is popping right now. He said, what are you doing giving niggas free collabs, my nigga? He said, son, I make 6 figures. This is that time when son used to tour heavily. He like, son, I make 6 figures off of collabs alone a year. At least 100,000 a year off of straight selling collabs. You feel me? He was like, yo, you better set you up a PayPal, nigga, and start motherfucking selling them collabs to all these across seas niggas and shit like that. Yo, that's my word, my nigga. When he told me that shit, and he told me, like, he said, son, I get 6 figures a year off of fucking collabs. So when that nigga told me that shit, bro, a light bulb just went on in my head like, bloop. Whereas the rest of the shit he was saying, it was mumbling. I couldn't even hear it. I said, I'm out. I said, son, I'm out of here, my nigga. I went home immediately. As soon as I went home that night, I fucking went online. This was MySpace days, my nigga. I went online. I was like, yo, I'm doing features for 500. My nigga, I sold one of them shits either that night or the next morning. I was like, oh my God, what the fuck have I been doing? And I just started going crazy, bro. And from that day on, I ain't doing shit for free unless you my peoples. You feel what I'm saying? Or nigga, I respect your grind. But after that nigga told me that, my nigga, I'm that type of dude, son. Once a dude put me on and give me the jewels, you ain't got to tell me twice. Son told me, he said, yo, stop giving niggas verses. Niggas taking advantage of you giving free verses. He said, all the niggas you gave free verses to, they would have paid you. He said, imagine if you would have got $200 for all them 50 features you did. I was like, all right, bro. No more. You ain't got to tell me nothing else. That's it.
What up, world? It's your boy Mark Walter Ward. It's the Big Facts Show. Man, one time Laz told me the story about how Sean Price told him how to get paid for a feature. So I asked him to recount it for us, and here it go.
Yeah. Oh shit. As we proceed, something brand new for my nigga Aguilar, Brooklyn, Brownsville, Sean Price, St.Laz. Name of this joint's called Cherish Your Life. You need to do that shit. Hey guys, what up?
I can walk on water, turn water to wine. Jesus Christ, motherfucker, let's rhyme. Microphone check and all that shit. 1-2s and you don't stop. B-boys dance, your mother's a bitch. Crack selling, black felon, I got 2 priors. I snatch a nigga chain cause the range need tires. This is dope on plastic, crack on CDs, EO cassettes and smack on DVDs. Yo, Sean Price is the best, but you ain't know it though. Digging in your pocket like you owe me though. You so with the rhyme, bozo with the rhyme. Tight ass shirt on, fucking homo with the rhyme. That's when I start fofo with the rhyme. Blow a hole in your rap page with a black gauge hole in your shine. Yeah. I don't rhyme like I used to, I'm much better. So it shouldn't really question on whether I touch cheddar to God. Bust Berettas, leave your eye all black. Sean Price, fuck you know about that.
These niggas don't cherish their life. Damn. Yeah, nigga, can't forget St.Laz, my nigga be great. What up, my nigga? Hey, yo, Ag, man. It seems like that nigga true. Fuck, try to sound like you.
Niggas, man. It's that hard, man. Yo, hey, still is the legacy. But I can't really trust nothing but this Hennessy. Nah, and this piff I'm rolling. It's burning, this clip I'm holding. Like, even with this whip, I stole it. I be knowing how the streets play. Niggas don't wanna see that heat spray. Hit me on the 3-way. All my dudes in prison. The streets is where the rules is missing. And this is cause the food is missing. You be pissing in that staircase. Nigga, I done juked the nigga bare face. Get about my airspace. Near safe in the city, I won't hunt for. You don't wanna die, what you touching guns for? You don't wanna lie bloody in them cold streets. In your mind like motherfuckers told me. Show me one nigga that can spit flames. Like that nigga St.Laz, I'm a bitch name.
These niggas don't cherish their life. Do remember, you're rocking it with the best in the business.
Yo, real talk, man. Nigga in the hospital, man, laid out, talking about, yo, I get out, I'ma holler at you, we meet up, we talk.
Don't forget the PayStreet.com.
Niggas think we playing a fucking game. Yo, I disrespect the industry. Don't you ever try to mention me. I murder you, motherfucker, physically, plus lyrically. I'm Aguilar, Dog Bishop. Ain't nothing sweet. We can take it to the stage and to the fucking streets. We can do it with the hands or with the fucking heats. I whip your head, boy, leave you laying by your feet. Now why this nigga causing controversy? I make him beg for his life, make him plead for mercy. He must be dumb or plain insane. Now why this nigga wanna lose his life for a chain? He must love the agony and pain. If I hit him with the cannon, it's gonna feel like a train. Real talk, here's your last chance. Hand over the birds or here's your last dance. Get your money back before I put out the hit. and I end your career and it's over and that's it.